Agentic browsers. They're the new kids on the block when it comes to AI. And there are so many of them, it's impossible to count. Oh, actually, I just counted. There's like 5 of them. There's 5. So there's Perplexity Comet, Opera Neon, Fellow AI, OpenAI's Operator, which is not really a browser on its own per se, but it's worth mentioning. And then there's a project called BrowserOS. And this one is special because it's completely open source. Today we're going to take a closer look at BrowserOS, see how it differs from other agentic browsers out there. We're also going to test it out. We're going to give you our honest take on it, and we're going to talk about why this particular project might open new doors for developers to perpetuate agentic browser development in the future. So what is an agentic browser? Well, basically it's just like any other browser, except it has a dedicated AI agent embedded into it, which can automate web navigation tasks for you. Which means it can fill forms for you, book tickets, do shopping for you, organize your tabs, and many other automated tasks. Products like Perplexity's Comet or OpenAI's Operator already offer this kind of functionality. So why choose BrowserOS? Well, first of all, BrowserOS is completely free and open source. Plus, it is built specifically with privacy in mind. You can use your own API keys and run your preferred AI subscription models like OpenAI, Gemini, or Anthropic. Or better yet, you can run everything locally with Ollama and choose your own favorite AI models. At least that's the goal. But how does BrowserOS stack up against other browsers? Well, firstly, they've built it on top of Chromium. So at first glance, it looks a lot like Chrome. But unlike Chrome, which hasn't really evolved in a decade, BrowserOS is designed for the modern web. It's focusing on enriching itself with features like AI, automation, and MCP support. Things that Chrome simply just doesn't have. When it comes to Brave, the BrowserOS team argues that Brave has spread itself too thin, dabbling into crypto, search engines, and VPNs. BrowserOS, on the other hand, is laser focused on one thing: AI-powered browsing. Compared to Arc and Dia, BrowserOS promises something they couldn't deliver, a true commitment to being fully open source. And finally, they position themselves as a privacy-first alternative to Perplexity's Comet. Perplexity is, after all, a search and ad company. Your browsing history could be part of their business model. BrowserOS keeps everything local and private, even giving you the option to run AI models locally. And on top of that, look at that logo. Look how cute that dog is. I'll give them kudos for making a dog-themed browser. That's super cool. Alright, so now let's fire up BrowserOS and see what it has to offer. Once you launch it, you'll notice it looks just like Chrome, but with 3 additional buttons on top: LLM Chat, LLM Hub, and Agent. Let's look at what each of them does. First, there's LLM Chat, which honestly is just a side view of your favorite chatbots. You can choose to use ChatGPT, Claude, Grok, Gemini, or Perplexity. The only interesting feature here is the ability to copy the web page content to clipboard, and you can then use it to give a follow-up prompt. For example, I could ask ChatGPT to summarize this page for me. Nothing too groundbreaking, but it's a handy feature, I guess. Next, we have the LLM Hub, and honestly, this just looks like a flex. You have a window up with 3 chatbots that you can easily compare side to side. I mean, nothing really something I would use, but maybe some users might find it useful. And then comes the most exciting part of all, the agent feature. And this is where the magic happens. You can ask the agent to automate tasks for you. For this example, I'm simply asking the agent to go to Amazon and add Apple AirPods and iPad mini to my shopping cart. As you can see, the agent is capable of scraping the web page, detecting elements on the page, and reasoning about which elements to click on to achieve the desired outcome. But even though this feature looks cool on its own, it's worth mentioning that the whole operation took like several minutes to execute. So for a task so mundane, it is still far slower than actually doing it by hand. So when it comes to AI agents automating web tasks, this is still very early days. Well, this particular agent is using Gemini 2.5 to execute these operations, particularly coming from the account of the makers of BrowserOS. And they do provide some free LLM credits for you to start with, but you could exhaust them really quickly if you use this feature heavily. So ideally, you would want to hook up your own AI agent source account, and this can be done by going to Settings and clicking on BrowserOS, and here we can choose our AI provider settings. This is basically the model that is controlling the agent. And here for each of the providers, we can supply our API key and choose our preferred model. But now I want to talk about the potentially most useful feature of all, the integration with Ollama. This is what sets BrowserOS apart from all other agentic browsers. The ability to pick and choose your favorite Ollama models and run them locally. Here's how to set up Ollama and hook it up to your agent. First, we need to download Ollama, obviously. And then using their CLI, you can choose which model to download. Once you have downloaded your preferred model, you can go ahead and start the Ollama server locally by running Ollama serve. Make sure to include Ollama origin's environment variable with an empty wildcard to make sure BrowserOS has access to query the server. Back in the AI provider settings panel, set the provider to be Ollama and under the model name, point to the exact model you are currently running on. And just like that, we now have an AI agent running locally. Now, before you get all excited about this feature, we tested out a bunch of these Ollama models, and unfortunately, the results were not great. In fact, for most of the models we tried, none of them could execute the simple task of navigating to Amazon and adding a few items in the cart. Some of the models can't even interact with the page because they don't support browser tools. So then I thought maybe the instruction set is so specific it only works with Gemini. So I even tried running it with Gemma 3, which is the foundational model behind Gemini. And even this model failed to execute the task successfully. I think the problem lies within the instruction set being so specific to one model, in this case being Gemini, and currently there is no option to easily change the instruction set for the agent. And I even saw some people suggesting adding this feature in later releases on their Discord channel. So is there something we can do to actually solve this problem? Well, yes, in fact there is, but it's not super straightforward though. The BrowserOS repo has a specific build README file that has instructions how to rebuild the project source from scratch. So if you really want to dive deep into the weeds and modify the agent behavior, you could do that at the source code level. So even though we didn't have any luck running a successful test with one of the Ollama models, I still think this is a super cool open source project. It has a growing community and a dedicated Discord server where you can ask the authors questions or suggest improvements for the project. So I do believe this project has a huge potential to disrupt the agentic browser space and set a foundation for more powerful AI-driven browser development in the future. So what do you think about agentic browsers? Do you think they're the next frontier in the AI development space? And do you think they will disrupt the industry in general? Let us know in the comments down below. If you'd like to see more of these breakdowns, be sure to subscribe to our channel. This has been Andres from BetterStack, and I will see you in the next videos.